Good afternoon, this is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Crosswords Live. As you can see, there's no puzzle up right now, but I am joined by two very special guests here today. To my right is Amanda Yasnowitz and Brendan McGrady. I'm not going to reveal exactly who they are to each other just yet. But today's puzzle, when we finally get to it, is by Doug Peterson. And I just wanted to say up front that if you are a print solver, we apologize for this, but the incorrect puzzle was sent to the print edition today. Today's puzzle is not actually by Randy Ross. It was a puzzle by Doug Peterson, and you can find that online on nytimes.com. If you go to the main puzzle page, you should be able to print out a PDF of today's puzzle. If not, you can send an email to nytcrossword@nytimes.com, and our customer care will send you a free PDF so that you can solve along with us. In the meantime, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The reason by the way, spoiler alert. The reason Amanda and Brendan are here is for a very special occasion, and I'm going to spill the beans right here at the top because I think that it's going to be given away sooner enough as it is. This puzzle was the playoff puzzle at the Westchester Puzzle Tournament on Friday, September 20th. And it was not just your normal playoff puzzle, which is typically very hard. This puzzle was a plot that was in the making for months, I would say. And it was a plot between Brendan and Will Shorts and Doug Peterson. And it turned out to have a very special message in it, didn't it, Brendan?
It did.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us what that was?
Yes, I proposed to my wonderful girlfriend, now fiance, Amanda Yasnowitz.
Oh, that's wonderful, yay. Well, we love that. We love a marriage proposal. We get a lot of requests for that in the New York Times. How did you convince Will?
Well, I would say I had very little convincing to Will. I only asked the question. I asked Will back in December. I had the idea. I'd like to propose to Amanda in the New York Times crossword puzzle. To give you all a sense of who I am in the crossword puzzle world, I go to Lollapuzzoola, run by Brian Simmet, and I
shout out to Lollapuzzoola.
And I come in 5th to last.
Excellent. However, Amanda is a special member of our community.
She is. She is a crossword puzzle constructor. She's had her own puzzle published in the Sunday New York Times.
Right.
And I think my question to Will was, can I do this? And would the clue be something like something Brendan might say to Amanda, the answer being, will you marry me?
Well, Brendan, when you initially asked him, did you think no one had ever had this idea before? Did you think...
I thought I was entirely original.
Okay. I figured that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Will immediately said, let me set you straight. The puzzle has to be 99.9% normal. That anyone, let's say in the middle of Kansas, will be solving this puzzle and they'll have no idea who Amanda is, who you are, but they'll still enjoy the puzzle.
Right.
But wait, but first he said people over the years have asked...
I was getting there.
Well, no.
Can I jump in here too? Because we want to make sure we get started with the puzzle. So there have been 2 additional proposals in the New York Times crossword puzzle over the years. One was in 1989,
right.
Another one was in 1998, and that was covered in the New York Times. And now we have Third Time's a charm, and everybody said yes, because you just can't resist a New York Times crossword proposal, can you?
Oh, no. And what Will said, he said that I've been asked a lot of times, and I have said no to almost all of them. But because of who Amanda is, that she's a notable person in her musical theater field, she is a constructor for the New York Times and a friend of mine.
Right.
I am open to the idea if you and Doug Peterson can come up with a clever idea.
Excellent. Well, I think we should get to the puzzle then.
Okay.
let's get started, and we're going to transition in there. I don't know how many puzzles this is for Mr. Peterson, but I do know that I've never solved a Doug Peterson puzzle that I didn't like. When you were at the tournament, Amanda,
Yes.
did you just start solving, and when did you catch on? Did you catch on?
I absolutely did not catch on. So one of the twists to this story was it was not supposed to happen at the Pleasantville tournament. It was supposed to come out in today's paper.
Right.
Because Amanda's birthday
My
is
birthday's
this Sunday.
on Sunday.
Oh, happy
and he didn't want to
birthday.
get me a birthday present, so he figured he would cover both bases by, just like giving me this and
Right.
a puzzle in the
Way to
time.
go.
And I forget the birthday thing.
Great.
So, while on the subject of birthdays, it's actually my little brother's birthday today.
Shout out to
Joshua
little brother.
Yasnowitz.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday. We're so happy to be sharing this special occasion with you, too.
Absolutely.
He is also a cruciverbalist.
Oh, okay. Great.
Loves
When
puzzles.
are we going to see him at a tournament?
He lives in North Carolina. He's not usually around
That's
during
no
tournaments.
excuse. People come
That's
from
true.
Europe
Doug
to
comes
go
from
to
California.
these.
That is
Exactly.
true. All right, you heard it here, Josh. You better
Okay.
show up at one of the
We
tournaments.
want to see you here, Josh.
Yes.
Anyway, where did you start off in this puzzle? Do you remember?
Well, so what happened was at the tournament, the finalists do this puzzle, and then everyone else gets a copy of the puzzle. And I looked at Brendan and said, "Are you going to do it?" And he said, "Oh, no. I'm just going to watch them up there because that will be more entertaining." And I said, "All right, well, I'm going to do it." And
Nice.
But here,
Also, I couldn't do this puzzle if I did not have some part in it. I would not be able to fill out a single answer.
Okay. Well, a couple of people are starting to weigh in. Arco Balenciano, who is watching from Italy, says next Thursday is my birthday. I welcome everybody's wishes. Happy birthday, Arco. We will be here next Thursday, and if you remind us, we'll wish you a happy birthday
Happy
then.
birthday in Italian.
Peregrine Took is back and wishes everybody a happy birthday. Judith Bashan is here and says that she's going to start off with a dermatological problem. I'm really sorry to hear that. And she says it's acne. So here we are. We're into the puzzle.
There you go. We got
And Arco says Libra's great song.
especially September.
Oh, yeah.
So what happens if we don't agree with an answer that someone suggests?
I'll take care of that.
All right. So
But-
I think for me, 47 down probably.
Now,
down
let's take a look at that. Actress Pete. Now, that was a sneaky one. Because the answer happens to be your name.
It
Yep.
does. And
Right.
and when I was doing the puzzle, I think I reacted this way.
Oh,
look at
my
that.
name's in the
Amanda's
puzzle.
in the puzzle.
All right.
And
But
we're
it
big
still
fans.
wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
We're big fans of Amanda Pete too, so it
Oh,
was,
yes.
it was definitely a cute.
Well, from there, Nicole Xavier 111 is back with us, and she says that the ornamental shrub is a bonsai, which is correct.
All right.
And Carolina Lee says, "Oh my God, I love love." And thank you, Carolyn. We love love too here at the New York Times. And Bruce Giordano's back. He says, "One down is ICBM Titan 2." Let's see. Well, let's see. Companies with many connections. It's possible that that's correct. So let's see. ISPs, I think, is the answer, which means that acne probably is not the right answer. So let's take that out because that's what the backspace key is for. Let's see. Kathy O is here and is wishing you guys congratulations.
Thank
Does
you.
anybody know what else 14 across could be? I don't know, but we'll come back to it. Anyway, Bruce said that the Titan 2 is an ICBM.
Okay.
And we have a lot of people showing up now. Judith Bashan says 20 across is meters, not in feet, say. Yeah, that
Makes
could
sense.
definitely make sense. It could be a metric measurement. Let's see. Okay, we've got, yes, EDW David agrees with ISPs. He also says that 5 down is hatchers. I think one's sitting on eggs. Oh, well, maybe bonsai isn't right. Let's take that one out. Well, let's see. Let's check our crossings. Bother persistently. What do you think that is?
Probably something at, maybe?
I don't think you got to this portion of the puzzle.
No.
I think
Is this when you fell apart?
I think Amanda sort of did the bottom fill. That's where
Okay.
she had her footing.
Well, let's jump down there. Everybody, we're going to jump down to the bottom and go along with Amanda's trip through the puzzle. World's largest cosmetics company. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, I think that was L'Oreal.
I think you're right. Okay.
Amanda's mother's a fan of makeup, so we put that in there.
Oh,
That's okay.
I use plenty of L'Oreal products.
Let's see. So we don't know if meters is also correct, but let's keep going. EDW David said it's not, the dermatological problem is not acne, although that was a perfectly cromulent guess,
Yes.
but is a cyst. So that actually makes a little more sense.
Something
let's check
more
that.
lovely.
Yes. Hey, psst, right. Let's see. And Kathy O is saying 21 across is Sussudio. I had so much trouble spelling this.
Right?
Right? But the Phil Collins hit with an improvised title, today I learned, I didn't know that was improvised, is SUSSUDIO, I believe.
Yeah, it has been, that earworm has been in my head since
right.
doing this puzzle.
You want to get it out of your head? Try watching The Righteous Gemstones. Do you watch that show
Is that
at
good?
all?
I've been meaning to watch it.
Oh my God, it's terrific. But when you hear the song Misbehavin',
Okay.
that will be in your head for the rest of your life.
Oh.
Okay?
All right.
Love you, Righteous Gemstones. Please get the song out of my head. Okay, Kathy O is dinging about cromulent bingo. Every stream I say use, either Sam or I use the word cromulent at least once. Let's see.
Is it a drinking game for the
It
for
could
the,
be.
for the
Kathy, are
audience?
you drinking? I don't know. It's midday. You could be
Bloody
day drinking.
Marys,
I don't know.
mimosas,
Exactly.
bellinis.
Bruce Giordano says 64 across is adores. Smitten one. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Adorer, right? Because you guys are
That's me.
adorers of each other.
That is true.
And I'm seeing a lot of heart emojis here, which is great. 7 down is raps. Let's see. Freestyle say. Yeah. You could say that's rapping. Okay, it's a kind of rapping. 20 across, I'm being told now, is metric. RIC. It always bugs me out when it skips a box.
So you can put in Hatchers now. I think,
Nicole
probably.
Xavier 111 says, "Oh my God, that song is an earworm." Doug Peterson is here. The constructor is here. He says, "I would help, but I've seen the answers."
Hello,
Hey,
Doug.
Doug. Great puzzle. Let's see. Hypodermic. Huh. That's weird. I don't know what that could be. Let's move on. Okay.
Do you want to go back and put Hatchers in for 5 down?
Sure. That looks like it would fit. And by the way, you guys, if you get something wrong, that does not make you a bad or unworthy person, right? You can just erase and try again.
I'm
And
wrong all the time.
always check your crossings.
You know, when Brendan started doing puzzles, he would say, "So I can look up how something is spelled. That's not cheating."
No, and it's not. Even if you're not sure of something and you want to look it up, it's not cheating. I say this over and over again in the stream. Puzzles are a game, and games are meant to be fun. And the bonus to puzzles is that sometimes you learn something. So I say, if you need to look it up, it's okay. This is not the SATs. You don't have to worry about a grade on this.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because I tell a lot of people who are not in the puzzle world, I describe puzzle tournaments as a whole group of people taking their SATs voluntarily, that's what it's like.
Exactly. Yes, we're into it. Please time us. Okay, so Arco Balenciago said Ida for Ida Lupino, and I forget where that was.
Is that 16 across?
Oh, yes, I believe it is. Thank you. Lupino, with a 47-year film career, was the actress Ida.
I was reading some of the comments on the Wordplay blog earlier today, and everyone tries to incorporate the answers in their comments, which
Right.
is cute. And so people were searching for some of the answers that seem to apply to us.
And making sentences out of them,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cute.
Well, someone mentioned labor and,
gee.
and
You don't have
tried
another
to,
announcement,
yeah,
do you?
not yet, no.
Okay.
but I thought it was cute.
It was cute. Singers Evans and Bareil, I hope I'm pronouncing.
Bareilles, yeah.
Bareilles, thank you. Would be Sarah's, right?
And
that's
This is two of Amanda's favorite singers.
But
Absolutely.
Well, Brendan didn't know. I mean, he knows I'm a fan of Sarah Bareilles, but I said to him, "Do you know I'm also a fan of Sarah Evans?" And he said, "Who's that?" So he did not know.
Oh, okay. You'll have to educate him.
Yeah.
Craig
Yeah.
Berman says Mazel Tov to whomever. Kind Boots says this isn't a game, it's a lifestyle. I agree with that. That's actually pretty good. Bruce Giordano says 23 across. Here is though. However, briefly, and yes, though, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's abbreviated, but it's shortened. Let's see. Judith Bashan and Derek say 26 down is aced. Here we go. Scored 100 on.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say so. And
Oh, I'm surprised that wasn't clued in a tennis way.
Oh.
Because when they were collaborating on the puzzle, Doug said, "Tell me
Everything, yes.
so that I can get stuff in there." So that's,
which is
that's
great. I
interesting.
mean, you can't get everything into a puzzle because
Yeah.
some things
Sure.
just, have nothing to do. But that would have been good. That was a missed opportunity, Doug. Shame on you.
Yeah, Doug.
So,
Don't you know how much I love tennis?
44 across. Nicole Xavier 111 says Hula Luau Entertainment.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's pretty standard for a crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
Craig Berman says this is not a game, it's much more important. Again, agreed. Arco Belenociano, which again I am butchering and I apologize, is now telling me that it's easier to call her Rainbow because rainbow is Arco Belen in Italian and means rainbow.
Oh, okay.
So thank you for that. I'll try to
Arco
remember. Let's see. Nicole Xavier 111 says 41 across is day, as in Des Moines.
All right.
Very good. Doug Peterson says, I blame Will. Woo, okay. Hope he's not
You
watching.
shall not be blamed for anything,
No,
Doug
no.
Peterson. So
Craig Berman says, I sense love is in the air today. Yes, if you tuned in late, Amanda Yasnowitz and Brendan McGrady are now officially engaged as of Friday night.
we are
Friday night.
affianced.
Yes,
That is true.
show us the ring. Show us the ring. And it was very, very nicely done. It was the playoff puzzle at the Westchester Crossword Puzzle Tournament, which was held at the Westchester Table Tennis Center, which is
Right.
owned by Will Shorts.
Yeah.
I think I got that all in.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, well, right.
Yeah.
So we weren't even supposed to be at that tournament. Just a few days before the tournament, I said to Brendan, "Hey, we're both off on Friday. Do you want to go to this thing in
Mm-hmm.
Pleasantville?"
And I said, okay.
But my exact words to him were, they use puzzles from unpublished puzzles from the
Times,
from the
yes.
Times
And
that
then
will
I
be printed
said,
next week. But wait,
Okay.
Did you know that it was going to be one of the puzzles in the tournament?
Yes. So as it was supposed to come out today,
Yes.
my original plan, I was planning for the Thursday, and she told me that it's going to be, everyone does the Monday through Wednesday, and
Right.
the final puzzle is the Thursday. And then I started just freaking out in my
oh,
head,
no.
and I contacted Will right away saying, Will, we're coming up. I don't know if you're using the puzzle. If
Yeah.
you are, that's great. If not, that's fine too. I
Right.
just need to
No
know
pressure,
if I need to
Will.
have the ring.
Yeah.
Right.
And he basically said, "Well, I wasn't planning on it, but I am now."
That's
so.
great. Well, thank you to
Well,
Will Shorts.
Which is why I wasn't suspicious of anything, because how on earth could anything like that have been put together?
It was
in
her
such,
idea.
It was my
It was-
my idea.
Yes, because you had just bought a car, you told me.
Right.
Yes.
Right? So you
Yes.
wanted to
Yeah.
put some mileage on the car. Why not drive to Pleasantville?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So anyway, Nicole Xavier 111, we're not ignoring you guys, we're just telling a story. Says 54 down is hair, which is the fabled slacker. I like that clue because it makes it's wordplay on the word fable, like in Aesop's fables,
Yeah.
the tortoise and the hare. So a fabled slacker, the guy who hung out and decided he didn't need to do anything, was the hare. Let's see. Kind Boots says 45 down. 45. Here we go. Is a USB port. Exactly. Thank you for that. Bruce Giordano agrees. Let's see. Judy Hung One says 25 across is Rostar. Rostar? Huh. Yellow Submarine vocalist. Well, that's got to be Ringo Starr, not Rostar. I wonder how we're going to fit that in there. Well, let's let's just do this. Here's Star. And it's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
So maybe there's something else going on here.
It is the Rebus day of the week.
Well, it's actually, you know what's really funny? I think the Rebuses appear maybe once a month now.
Yeah.
So not necessarily, but let's see what we can do with that.
Yeah, not as often as...
What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up that Rebus square, and I'm going to type the word ring in that tiny little box and put an O after it. And now we have Ringo Starr. That's something we can work with.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
The first time I tried to explain to Brendan what a Rebus was, like...
I still get mail over people who are just infuriated that we would do that. Amanda?
I think it's a way to innovate within something that's a fairly traditional structure, but that still stays true to the integrity
Right.
of Crosswords.
And it only happens once in a while. And the good news is that at 10 p.m. that night, a whole new puzzle comes out. So that's terrific. A couple of people, Kind Boots and Judy Hung, are saying 58 down is Otis, as in Otis Redding, sitting on the dock of the bay there. And Kathy O wants to know, Amanda, did you have any inkling that a proposal was coming soon?
Well, yes, I am going to say ish, because so Brendan and I, we have a very modern relationship. We are 18 years apart in age.
Good for you.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
Brendan is pretty much the domestic one in our
I cook,
in
I
our
do the dishes, the laundry,
Yes.
I
That's
do it all.
fabulous.
Yeah.
That is, it shouldn't be modern. It should just be a relationship,
Sure.
right?
But what I said to him, though, is I said, even though he's used to me being a little bit more of the alpha and making all the decisions. He prefers it that way. He does not want to have to make any decisions.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I think
as long as you guys balance each other out.
Well, that's right.
Yes.
And I think that's a much nicer way than calling a woman controlling, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I said to him, I know we're very happy with our dynamic. I said, however, I'm going to be a traditionalist in this way. If you want to get married, you are going to have to ask, and it's going to need to be clever.
Yes.
And I planted that seed in his head a while ago, at least a year ago. So I had a sense that he was going to try to go down this route. And I also had a sense it was going to happen by the end of 2019. But because it was my idea to go to the tournament, it was the farthest thing from him. Even when the puzzle was done, Will, because the finalists had finished and I was still working on the top right, and he said, well, we're going to talk about the puzzle, and I got annoyed. I said, I don't want to talk about the puzzle. Finish it.
Yeah.
So I had no idea until.
By the way, if you would like to see this whole thing take place in real time, there is a lovely video that was taken by Dan Mortimer, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on it. So it's on today's wordplay column if you would like to take a look at it. In addition to a very nice photograph of the two of you with Will Shorts, who is just beaming from ear to ear.
He was like so the cat who ate the canary the whole time. When we first got to the table tennis place, we drove by and Brendan said, oh, look, there's Will. He's getting out of his car. But he was on the phone, and Brendan said, oh, let's wave to him. Let's just say hi. And I said, no, he's busy. He goes, no, we should. And so we drove by, and Brendan waved, and Will kind of waved back, and I said, he doesn't know who you are. And then I kind of stuck my head out, and it was a much more... right? And then
it occurred to him who that was.
And then when we walked in, he gave me a really big hug. He had a huge grin, and he embraced me, and he said, Amanda, I had no idea that you were coming tonight. Why didn't you tell me? And I said to Brendan, I go, did Will seem too happy to see me? What?
I said he gave you a very good hello.
It was a good. We're big on good hellos. It was a very good hello, yeah.
So Arco Balenciano, which I think Balenciano,
Arco Rainbow.
Arco Rainbow says an engaged couple and the tricky word is ring. Wow.
Well,
it gets better.
Wow.
It gets better. So please hang in there with us. We're going to be solving. Judy Hung says 18 down is nitro. Fuel for funny cars. Nitro. Let's put that in there. And Craig Berman is saying, oh, give that pretty lady her 61 across moment. We're getting there, Craig. Hang in there. We're getting there. Okay, Bruce Giordano says 15 across is azalea. Let's start knocking this one out. Oh, okay. Instead of a bonsai, it's an azalea.
Wait, no, I want to say something about azalea, which I know is not on purpose, but my name literally goes from A to Z. And
yes.
So we do have AZ in azalea.
That's awesome.
So Doug.
Right. So Amanda,
Doug, I'm
yes,
give you a little
no
credit
wits.
for that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And when I comment
Forgive him
on
for the tennis.
right. When I comment on the wordplay blog, my name is Ms. A to Z. So.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I only commented the day my puzzle came out.
But that's nice. Now I'm going to look out for you. Okay, so Honey604 is with us. Hi, Honey. 67 across is lasers. Let's take a look at that. Oh, here we are. Down here. Modern engraving tools. Absolutely. You can laser engrave something. A couple of people have said, I can't imagine. And I'm not even going to ask you what's in there because that's private. Unless, of course, you want to share it with us.
We didn't. This ring is not engaged, but we engraved. But we are going to get our wedding band.
Excellent. And a couple of people are saying harass. I'm glad that's not part of the theme. Doug Peterson says love it, and we love you back, Doug. You did a great job. A lot of people are saying harass. Honey604 is saying hi to us. Let's keep going. Well, let's see. I want to find out what this is. If we had Ringo Starr, the clue is seductive. Well, it's got to be alluring, right? Mm-hmm. If you read all the way down, right? Because I'm sure you found Amanda very alluring,
yes.
Right? And some people were shouting this one out before. I'm sorry I didn't get to you, but late spring through early fall for weddings. Another good one,
yes.
Doug. Yeah, that's got to be season.
Yes. I forgot to mention, I'm also a big Beatles fan, and who isn't? So that was also...
Great. So it was for both of you.
Although just to comment on 9 down, it will not be our wedding season as we will be tying the knot in a very New York way at City Hall in December.
Excellent. I think there's a lot of romance to that.
Right,
I really do.
Right. Middle of the week, random time during the day.
No waiting. Right.
Good. Within an hour. So.
Exactly. Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So Nicole Xavier 111 is saying Cal Pen. That was a tough one for me, but I eventually got it. Let's see. In a sense, I guess. I loved this one.
Yeah, this one. I wonder if this has appeared in the Times before.
You know what? I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it's entirely possible. Though the answer is kinda, sorta. Which I like. Very nice. And let's see. Kind Boots is 22 down is Ute, as in the Utes of America. I'm sorry. Rival of a Pac-12 Cougar. Ute, I don't know. I don't follow sports, but okay.
Some kind of mascot?
Yep, something like that. 10 down claims something. Well, I remember that 31 across discouraging words are no's. Yeah. So this is going to be says so. Yeah. Okay. Craig Berman says, oh, come on, North Fork, Long Island, not City Hall. You know what?
Well, we like North Fork, Long Island, but
right.
We don't have that kind of time.
Well, here we go. I think Bruce Giordano, wait, who has it? Yes, Bruce Giordano has a 17 across. The hypodermic is going to be syringe, which has part of the rebus in it, R-I-N-G. Mm-hmm. And if anybody out there is wondering again, how do I enter more than one letter in a square? It depends on your device. On the front page of Wordplay, we have a terrific article called Yes, You Can Put More Than One Letter in a Square, and Here's How. And at least on a laptop, you hit the Rebus button here, and you can type whatever you want in there, and then you just hit return. Or you can click outside of it.
Now, what says joy and happiness and lifelong commitment more than a crossing of cyst and syringe?
Exactly. And in sickness and in health.
That's
right.
There you go. There you go.
So this has to be
That's an I.
employs as brings into play. And look at that. We've almost got the whole top finished. This is great. Kind Boots says that the Utes are the University of Utah. Thank you for that. Today I learned. What else have we got here? Exert one's clout. We're not sure. This one looks interesting. Draft classification. That's got to be one.
No, I think it's beer. I think it's on tap.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a while. I'm in next week already. Draft. What?
I think it's on tap.
On tap.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I did get that. Okay. On tap. And let's see. Craig Burns says a really fine point pen works nice. Kathy O says 53 across is Erin Go Bra. Let's see. 53. A mid-March shout. Yes, for St. Patrick's Day. That's going to be
And my full name is Brendan Michael McGrady, so I am very Irish.
Are you?
Yes.
Well.
Erin.
Irish, German, Albanian, and something else we don't know.
and fully American with all of that.
But
right?
Jewish
Like
on
we
my
all
fiance's side.
Okay. Nothing wrong. That's terrific. Okay, so we've got Erin Go Bra, we've got Ringo Starr, we've got brings into play. We're getting a whole bunch of rings in little boxes here. This is really kind of
Again,
interesting.
even when I grokked the Rebus, still
No, because you could.
not a clue.
You've seen how many Rebuses have you seen in your solving lifetime? There's a lot of them.
I've
right?
seen a fair amount of Rebuses in my solving lifetime. I will say that.
Exactly, and so there's no reason for you to really see that. Did
Right?
you,
Why would I think it's?
well, did you wonder why Brendan was carrying a shopping bag?
Well, here's what happened.
That's another story.
Brendan has this big backpack, which
Okay.
I'm not a fan of.
She hates it.
I really don't like it. But when we walked into the tournament,
Yeah.
Brendan said, "Oh, wait a second." He went to the car and he's bringing this big backpack. I said, "Why are you bringing that big backpack?" And he said,
Now,
You started to sweat, didn't you?
In the backpack
Yeah.
is a smaller bag that had the ring in it.
Right.
And before we left, I said, "Oh, in case we get hungry, I'm going to just stuff this with a bunch of snacks, just to have a reason to have a big
Right.
bag."
You don't want your blood sugar to drop.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so she says, "Don't bring in that bag." I said, "I'm bringing in the bag."
Oh,
So we
he
almost-
never.
This almost didn't happen, folks. It almost didn't happen right in the
It
parking
almost broke
lot.
up in the parking lot.
he never takes that tone with me ever.
Oh, right. Judy Hung says 26 across is a parent. And EDW David has got the revealer. Craig is saying, time for her big moment, 61 across the girl. All right, here we go. It's usually presented in a small box as seen 6 times in this puzzle's answer. 1, 2, 3. We've only got 3, Craig. We can't reveal it now. We can't reveal it yet. Let's solve a little more of the puzzle.
Well, if you look at 62 down, though, I do
Oh.
think that's about his other heritage, which is
German.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so I think we can do that.
And how about this one? 39 down. Defames. Hopefully you guys would never do that. Slander. Oopsie. Hold on. There we go. Let's see. Kind Boots says, USC, I got you on the sports clues. Thank you very much, Kind Boots. I need all the help I can get. Let's see, what else have we got? Come on, we're gonna solve this, and then we're gonna do the revealer for real. Extremely awkward. Don't get that from what we have so far. Snack in a stack. Now, I didn't know what this was going to be. You know they have pickles in stacks now? If you buy,
Pickles?
you can buy like sliced
Yeah, the real thin-
lengthwise that you can put on a
sandwiches.
burger.
Okay,
Wanted
okay.
this to be pickle. Well, it's not pickle,
Well, then the Rebus might have been ick.
right? We don't want that.
I don't think it would have worked well.
So we're going to put a ring on it, and an L, and it turns out to be a Pringle.
Nice.
Which is great.
Was 37 across in honor of my Jewish heritage?
37 across.
Sure.
Let's see.
Is that LL? That's the
carrier with a blue striped
Israeli
fleet.
airline.
Well, it's possible. But Brenda's like, yeah, sure.
He's like,
Sure,
I
let's
don't
go
even
for
know what
that.
that means.
LL appears quite a bit in the
It does.
puzzle, but in your case, we'll call it special. This was a great entry. Has nothing to do with
I think this
the
was
engagement.
Doug's favorite. Correct me if I'm wrong, Doug, but I think this was your favorite.
I like this, and I liked kind of sort of extremely awkward is cringeworthy, which is a great one. I think that might have been a debut in the New York Times puzzle. Let's see. Judy Hung says Pringle. A lot of people are saying cringeworthy. A lot of people are also wanting us to get to 61 across. Let's see. Pluck idly as a harp. I wanted this to be strum.
I wanted that too.
Yeah. Thrum to me is sort of like a constant movement, like the thrumming of a machine rather than the plucking of a harp. But maybe harp plucking is more romantic than machine thrumming. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, sure.
And let's see, common locks. Well, this is interesting. I am trained, because I do this every day, to look out for potential pitfalls in wordplay. So when I see the word locks in a puzzle, I know to think, do they mean an actual lock on a door, or do they mean locks of hair? So common locks, I started thinking of hair right away, because it's Thursday, and why not? It could be a tricky clue. Turns out it's not. It's a door lock.
Is that a brand? Is that a brand name?
It is a brand name. So, and it's very. If you look at your keys,
It's Amanda's favorite lock.
Okay. Right. So Doug threw that one in there.
There's a big
Let's
lock
see.
collection.
Doug Peterson says yes. Cringeworthy was definitely his favorite. Nicole Xavier 111 is saying Yale's. Bruce Giordano says Yale's. All right, let's put this puzzle to bed already. Exert one's clout. Well, the only thing I can think of that would mean that is pull strings.
Right.
So,
There's going to be another ring in there somewhere.
yeah.
But before we get to that, why don't you talk about 43 down? Because this clue, I think, was pretty much exclusively for you.
Oh, yes. So,
Which one?
So 43 down. One of the things that Doug and I bonded over very quickly was our love of all things superhero, Marvel, DC.
Right.
So this was in here
Which
for
is
me.
awesome, because I think it's great. You made a friend. In addition to gaining a fiance, you also gained a Marvel
Yes,
pal.
and Doug said that one of in his write-up, he said one of the funniest moments was at Lollapuzzoola, where we had to pretend like we did not know each other very well.
Right.
Just give like a quick handshake.
Which is perfect, because you're an actor.
Yes.
Right? So that's here, pull strings, exerts one clout, right? Because oops, sorry about that. Plural in the clue means plural in the answer. Nicole Xavier says, I mean, it better be henceforth. I don't know what that means, but okay. And she loves that it crosses with thrum. All right, here we go, guys. We're almost there. We're going to bring this one home. Let's see. Couple. Well, I think that's going to be a twosome.
Yes.
Right?
That's us.
What else have you guys got? One's called after crashes. Or how about this one? Dry as a washcloth.
So ring out.
That's got to be ring out, right? And this one was interesting. Old-fashioned launcher.
I mean, I know the word. I didn't know that this is what it was, though. Did you know?
I know.
Yeah.
It was,
I know pea shooter.
I think back in the day, before, people were a little more careful with their children and pre-car seat,
Right.
kind of thing. Kids used to go around with what was essentially a straw, and they call it a pea shooter, but it could have been a pebble or something, and they'd go and try to hit somebody in the neck with it and stuff. And I'm sure plenty of eyes got taken out. But that's essentially what a pea shooter is. Look at this. Let's finish this corner. Sack in a tent.
So I think that's probably caught.
Caught, right? Because hit the sack is a a euphemism or a synonym for lying down. So if you have an army tent, say, you would have a cotton there to lie down on. And let's see, walnut or almond, say.
So I think, the one's called after crashes. I think that's text, like
yes, because it's not a traffic crash, it's a car accident. It would be a computer crash. And I have to say that when I saw walnut or almond, and I didn't have the two down entries, but I had the U in the middle, I of course put in nut.
Nut.
Yeah.
Nice misdirect there, Doug.
Exactly. Symphony score abbreviation, that's got to be strings, right? And Amanda, you would know that, especially, well, you're a lyricist.
Yeah. I mean, I do know a little bit.
Okay. Sorry.
But
I didn't mean it the way it came out.
What do you know about an orchestra, you words person?
Exactly. School whose mascot is a horse named Traveler. And school is abbreviated, so this is going to be an abbreviation. Do we know who has a horse named Traveler as a mascot? I don't remember, but somebody's going to tell us.
I think someone said it earlier, right?
It's possible.
I think it was USC.
I didn't realize they were referring to that one, but thank you. I think that was Kind Boots. Let's see.
Very kind of you, Kind Boots.
Thank you. Yes, Kind Boots. Let's see. Bruce Giordano says 55 across, which is over here. Bound with the 1970s, 80s hit Sexy Eyes and Only 16 is Dr. Hook, which is a terrific entry in and of itself. People are calling out Hugh for 63 across. Thank you for that. Nicole Xavier thought that Pea Shooter was Slingshot, but Honey 604 got Pea Shooter. I guess Slingshot, S-L-I-N-G-S. Oh, it would fit. Look at that. Well, today it happens to be Pea Shooter, Nicole. Sorry about that.
No, I think it's one letter short. Actually.
Is it? Okay. Let's see. Judy Hung agrees on USC. Let's see.
So 35 down, I think, was tricky because parts of apples and potatoes.
I got this. Because I spent a lot of time peeling vegetables for some reason.
Yeah.
So the discard, although I don't discard them, I do compost them. Discarded parts of apples and pears, most people would think of them as the peels, but you could also call them the parings.
As in a paring knife.
Yeah, exactly. And let's see. This is kind of a hopeless question. What else is there? I like that. I was like, wow, that's kind of a downer. But somebody else had shouted out meat case. I'm looking for, Bruce Giordano said meat case. Let's see. Judy Hung says Corings 35. I'm not sure what that means. But
yeah, I think I put corings in first.
Oh, corings, like
too.
the cores
like
of the
Where?
apple. But I don't know
Of
if
an
I don't know if
apple.
potatoes have a core.
I don't think they do. But as soon as I saw 40 across, was kind of a giveaway. Ural for risk
territory that borders Siberia. If you play the game Risk, it's definitely. And then this is a fairly standard unlock in poetry is to ope, which is short for open. Pairings. I got pairings, but for those who didn't, you always check your crossings and work those so you can take an educated guess. All right, we are down to the last corner. We're going to finish. We're going to close the puzzle, and then we're going to open it up again to take one more look at the theme. So hang in there with us, people. Let's see. Geography is not my forte, says Rainbow. Judy Hung, please don't say sorry. You never have to be sorry for being wrong here. We're playing a game, we're having fun, and we're just really glad that you tuned in today to join us. Let's see. One's sitting on eggs. I like that. Again
with the eggs. I mean, now I'm seeing all of these
no
kind
pressure,
of subtle...
right. One sitting on eggs. Well, we know that that's a plural because it's ones. Plural in the clue means plural in the answer. Let's see what else we have here. Seat for a priority boarder, maybe. I'm not sure, but the N of TV's NPH, gotta love him. And he's made a crossword puzzle for the New York Times.
Yeah, and he's actually a friend of Amanda's. Back in the day, they used to have Broadway game nights.
Oh, very nice. Well, so tell us who that is.
Neil.
Neil, as in Neil Patrick Harris, who is also known as NPH. Let's see. Bruce Giordano says 59 down. Here's another one. Noted Chris with a capital K. Not Kardashian.
I was going to say not Jenner.
Right.
Jenner doesn't.
Right,
doesn't
or
fit.
Jenner, I'm sorry. But this is another one of the Rebuses.
Yeah.
Ring. Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, which is great. Which means that, well, you know what? I'm gonna do this for a wedding invitation courtesy briefly, no pressure. Is a stamped and self-addressed envelope, right? So that seat for a priority boarder has to be 1A, and the ones sitting on eggs are hens. And look at you guys. You have solved the Thursday New York Times crossword
Even
puzzle.
the puzzle
that is
congratulating us.
Exactly. and congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Very quickly, for those of you who tuned in late, Amanda Yasnowitz and Brendan McGravy are engaged as of Friday night, the September 20th. Today's puzzle running online is a proposal puzzle that Brendan and the constructor Doug Peterson made for her. It wound up running through a variety of channels in the Westchester Crossword Puzzle Tournament with a lot of assistance by Will Short, so thank you for that. And the good news is Amanda said yes.
But most importantly, Will said yes.
Yes. I just want to say for anyone out there who's saying, maybe I'll propose to my fiance through the New York Times crossword.
Try in 20 years.
Yeah. Give Will
another 20
Will about
years.
20. It's generally not done. This was a special occasion because Amanda is a member of the crossword community and a constructor. But I wanted to thank you guys for tuning in with us today for this very special puzzle. Thank you again for coming in, Amanda and Brendan, and congratulations. Many years of happiness to you guys.
Thank you very much.
This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, wishing you a terrific Thursday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in.